Hello, this is Fat Puppy here, and I'm going for a ride. We're going places. Not anywhere in particular. We're just going for a ride, and I'm going to talk a little bit. My first stop is at a little rest stop off of I-95 in South Carolina. First off, I want to thank Governor McMaster. Why? Because if he had bowed to the pressure to shut everything down, I wouldn't be able to take this ride. Stay at home, sit at home, stay off the roads. The germs ain't on the roads. The germs are in the stores. They're in the gathering places. As long as we stay out of gathering places, I'm thinking everybody should be fine. Now, I will admit that since this coronavirus started, my opinion on things and how they should be handled has changed many times. First, I thought it was just overblown. That it was a flu in a foreign country. They'll deal with it. We'll have it fixed before it gets here. But that's not what happened. Then I wonder if they were inflating numbers to scare people, because the press is really good at hopping things up and getting people excited. You know, there's a song years ago called Dirty Laundry. They like to just sensationalize things. I think that's the word I'm looking for. They like to sensationalize things. So then as this coronavirus grew and reached South Carolina, people have died, obviously. I think the count, I almost hate to say, but I think it's around 30 at this point. Haven't kept up strictly with the numbers, but I think it's around 30 at this time. So people are dying from it. The problem with the coronavirus, however, is it's highly contagious. It's like a wildfire. And it may not burn everybody, but there's a lot of people that will die from it that shouldn't die. So I've been a little more cautious than I was. No, actually, I've been a lot more cautious. So here I am. Someone set up a couple park benches just on the side of the road. It's on this little park-like area. I don't think it's a public place. It's pretty neat. Anyway, that's where I'm at the moment. There's the highway behind me. I don't know if you can see it. That's my motorcycle in the background. From the way it looks in the camera, it's just all lit up and light. You can't see nothing behind me. I don't know. I don't know if you can see. Won't know until I, post this, I guess. What were we talking about? Governor McMaster. That's right. South Carolina. So he has refused to do a stay-at-home order, for which I am glad. I am not good at staying at home. Well, unless it's really hot. Then you can't get me to leave the place. But anyway, I think the way he's handling this is pretty good. Because even though he's not done a stay-at-home order, what he has done is ordered a bunch of places to shut down. So there's really no place a person can go. Other than food places, drugstores, hardware stores. Place where I work at's a huge hardware store. Seems to be a tourist attraction lately. Way too many people coming in there. I don't mind people coming in, to buy stuff, especially if they got things they need to fix. I can certainly understand that. All this time off, what we're getting, a lot of people are painting, getting their to-do list taken care of. All that's fine and good. I don't like the tourists, though. People coming in and they're just looking around. You know what? You can go look around your neighborhood. Take a walk in your neighborhood. Golly, I hate to sound mean or cross about this, but this corona thing is getting pretty serious. You may pick up germs in that store, despite our best efforts to keep it clean. And boy, do we try to keep that thing clean. Or you may bring germs in. There's an elderly couple came in. Asked them what they were doing there. If I could help them, I'd ask what they were doing. And they said they were just there looking. And, I feel like saying, look, if I get this thing, I'll probably get sick and be okay. If you get it, you're going to die. And some people are just not taking it serious enough. No. So like I was saying about the stay-at-home order, yeah, I'd be in trouble over that one. I don't like to stay at home. Nothing wrong at home. I live in a nice place. Good enough for me, my wife. Little place, which is fine. That's what we like. We don't need a big place. But I've always been a goer, a person who just goes. I like to travel. I like to do things. I joined the Army when I was 17 years old to go. Actually, I went to go fight in Iran. They sent me to Korea instead. I ride a motorcycle because I like to go. I like to go places and I like to do things. I like to travel. So it kind of goes against my nature to just sit. Unless, like I said before, it's 100 degrees out. I'll sit then. I sure will. Anyway, I'm going to head down the road a little bit more, stop somewhere, gather my thoughts on the road, and see what else I want to talk about. So I want to address this virus, the business aspect of it, faith and church. Anyway, catch me on my next stop, which will be instantly. Things are getting pretty crippled up by this virus. So now I'm in town. I'm at my church, actually, on the outside of my church. I don't have a tripod. I didn't bring it with me. So I hate it, but I think this thing's pretty shaky. I'm trying to steady it. So people of faith. I know when they first started talking about closing churches, I said, wait a minute, we're supposed to be people of faith. We don't close. Obviously, upon learning more things to do with this virus, I've definitely changed my mind. But I sure do miss sitting in that pew, sitting with fellow saints, corporate worship, corporate singing, and I'm a Catholic. I miss receiving that awesome Eucharist. I miss a lot about sitting in church. By the way, I've noticed I need a shave. I'll take care of that in a little bit. So what about the people of faith? You know, there are some people who believe that not only does God not want us sick, but the only reason we get sick is because of things we do. Word of Faith movement's who I'm talking about. I used to be Pentecostal, and one of the reasons why I left the Pentecostal faith was because of the Word of Faith movement with its outstanding claims and things that just weren't biblical. Now, any of my friends that are watching this that are part of the Word of Faith movement, I know you're cringing right now, and I'm sorry, sort of. But the fact is, people do get sick. Saints get sick. Saints die. People that, as far as anybody knows, virtually have no sin in their life, they die of disease and in accidents and in airplane wrecks. So, if God doesn't want us to be sick, then He's pretty daggone impotent. But I know He's not. I know that He's a strong, and I know that He's a healer. I know there's a lot of things that we don't know. We don't know why things happen. I've heard some people say this virus is punishment from God. I don't follow that line of thinking. I just don't. I think punishments from God, well, I mean, I believe in them. I don't want to say I don't believe. I don't want to poo-poo the ideal. But I just don't think it's that. I don't know what it is. I know what it is. It's a disease that came from a bat over in China. Because someone ate some food that was ill-prepared. That's what it is. And it spread quickly. Back to my faith. You know, watching it on TV, that's just not the same thing. But going to church ain't about hearing preaching. Going to church is about an experience, the experience of Jesus Christ. I'm not trying to get religious on everybody here, but I'm a Catholic, and I love Jesus. Sometimes I just can't help myself. So with that being said, I'm off to my next location. Aren't these roses beautiful? You know, there's always beauty in the midst of ugliness. It's all in perspective. It's all in perspective. Those things got thorns if you grab hold to them, but they're still beautiful. So, here I am at my favorite eatery, the Sumter Cut Rate. Pharmacy, soda fountain, coffee shop. Great place to gather. I love the food here and I love the people here. Been coming here for, I don't know, probably 13 or 14 years. I used to eat here a lot. There's not a lot of traffic here. I'm downtown, but every now and then there is a vehicle passing by that you will hear. Businesses are suffering. This is just terrible. You know, there's some people who say you just need to shut the country down for 2 weeks, to shut everything down. They might have a point, even though I think that would be disastrous. There are others that say that you should just open everything back up. Everybody do their due diligence, be cautious, and let this thing roll on through, and then just be done with it. Of course, we don't know if there's a be done with it or not. They still have to find a cure. This thing might show up again in the fall. So I really don't have a strong opinion one way or the other, but I do have an opinion on conspiracy theories. I've seen a few of them pop up about the government trying to hold everybody down. This is a test. I mean, it's plausible, I guess, to see how easy people will just roll over and say, okay. I don't believe it, though, but it's possible. Seen something else about 5G. I really didn't look into that a whole lot, so I'm not sure what the argument, or the theory, I should say, what that is. I'm not a big believer in conspiracy theories anyway. Let me tell you why. For one thing, anybody can make up a conspiracy theory. It's done in the shadows, done in the dark. You can talk common knowledge to some people that have these conspiracy theories. And they're not buying it. They prefer the conspiracy theory. Now, I, for one, I resist those kind of things. Look, life is hard enough fighting concrete things without fighting shadows. And I just don't fall for them. It was me not falling for them, by the way, that led to me being a Catholic. Not that I heard anything conspiratorial about them. Well, maybe I did some kind of far-fetched things. But the fact is, and I've put this on many of my other videos, so I'm not going to dwell here too long. I heard all kinds of things about the Catholic Church just turned out not to be true. Not true at all. Then you talk to some people and tell them, no, this is not true, and I know it's not true because I'm a Catholic and I go here and I've studied this. They'll end up going full circle and want to argue with you again over the same thing that you'd already discussed. Some people just want to believe the shadows. I'm not one of them. Let's talk about masks. The first thing they said was that you got to have the N95 mask. Now they backed off of that a little bit. Now, to a Facebook friend of mine's credit, it's because they've done more research. However, the N95 masks are still the better masks to have. Those who say that masks do absolutely no good, I've never believed that. Anything that can help contain something, look, you're not going to convince me that this right here doesn't do some good. And this is a bandana that I wear, and it's going to be my mask. My wife is going to make it into a mask because she knows how to, and she's been making masks for people. On it, I don't know how it's going to turn out on camera. It says, keep on riding. That's the philosophy of my life. Keep on riding. And, well, if you consider not, since I'm covering me, I got a reputation to uphold. I can't be wearing no mask with roses and stuff on it. Anyway, my wife's going to make that, and I'll be wearing it. It is crinkly and dirty. It needs to be washed. And she'll take care of that, and it'll all be good. Oh, where have I been? I haven't made videos recently. It's probably been 3 weeks or a month. I just have other things I'm doing right now. I'm all historyed out. I mean, I think I've told everything that I know. And taking the time to research and to make the videos, it's just been on the back burner because I've just been doing other things. Now, as far as my Catholic videos, I have a few things in my notebook, and I'll get back to them. And maybe I'll get back to the history. I just don't know at this point what I'm going to do. I've spent a lot of time making those videos, and I really did enjoy it. But you know, there are other things I got to take care of too. Look here, y'all keep your heads low, be safe, be cautious, trust Jesus, don't give in to fear, and love your neighbor. Y'all have a good day.